Hello, Victory Vibes fam. I know today's title may have caught you off guard. I hate you. It's a phrase filled with raw intensity, and one we've either heard, said, or thought at some point in our lives. But why do we feel it? Why do we say it? And more importantly, what does it really mean when we say or hear those words? In this video, we're diving deep into this emotion, dissecting the power behind I hate you, and uncovering what's truly at the root of such an emotionally charged statement. By the end of this, I hope you'll not only understand this feeling better, but also have the tools to transform it into something more constructive. Let's get into it. Hello, Victory Vibes fam. If you're looking for daily motivation, inspiration, and powerful tips to fuel your success, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video with someone who needs a boost today. Don't forget to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's dive in and create those winning vibes together. 1. The psychology of hate. Hate is a complex and often misunderstood emotion. It's the extreme opposite of love, but interestingly, hate and love share similar neurological pathways in the brain. When someone says, "I hate you," it often reflects a deep emotional connection, not just indifference. Hate isn't the absence of caring, it's the presence of something intense, something unresolved. Think about it. We don't hate strangers or people we have no connection with, right? We typically reserve that feeling for people we're close to or people who were once close. This indicates that hate often arises from love, trust, or admiration gone wrong. Hate, in many cases, is love that has been betrayed, damaged, or neglected. But it's crucial to remember that hate, in its raw form, is not just an emotion, it's a response to feeling hurt, disappointed, or powerless. Section 2. Understanding why we say I hate you. When we lash out with I hate you, it's often a defense mechanism. In moments of vulnerability, instead of expressing pain or fear, people default to anger or hatred. This happens because hate feels more powerful. It gives us a sense of control in a situation where we feel hurt, rejected, or vulnerable. Let's break down a few scenarios where people might say, I hate you. Betrayal by a loved one. Whether it's a friend, partner, or family member, betrayal hits deep. When someone we trusted breaks that bond, the hurt is immense. Instead of saying, I'm hurt, it's easier to say, I hate you. It feels less vulnerable, like we're shielding ourselves from further pain. Disappointment in unmet expectations. We all set expectations for how people should treat us, and when those expectations aren't met, we feel let down. In a moment of frustration, that disappointment can quickly turn into anger or hatred because it's easier to blame the other person than to sit with our own unmet needs. Projection of self-hate. Sometimes when we feel unworthy, broken, or flawed, we project those feelings onto others. We say, I hate you, because it feels too hard to say, I hate myself right now, or I'm disappointed in who I've become. Fear of loss. The fear of losing someone, either through emotional distance or physical separation, can trigger anger. Instead of dealing with the sadness of loss, some people lash out with hate, pushing the other person away before they can be hurt further. 3. The damage of hate. Hate isn't just an emotional state, it has physical consequences too. Holding on to hatred can harm both our mental and physical health. Here's how. Stress on the body. When we feel hatred, our bodies go into fight or flight mode. Adrenaline spikes, our heart rate increases, and our muscles tense up. This response is meant to protect us from danger, but when hatred lingers, it puts our bodies under constant stress, leading to fatigue, headaches, and even long-term issues like high blood pressure or weakened immune function. Mental health impact. Constantly focusing on negative emotions like hate can lead to anxiety, depression, and feelings of isolation. The mind begins to dwell on anger and resentment, which in turn affects how we see the world, ourselves, and others. We start believing the worst about people, reinforcing the idea that they deserve our hatred. Relationship breakdown. Hatred drives a wedge between people. It pushes us further apart from those we once cared about. By saying I hate you, we create emotional walls that can be difficult, if not impossible, to break down. Over time, these feelings lead to grudges and a cycle of resentment that's hard to escape. 4. Transforming hate into healing. Now that we understand what fuels hate and the damage it can cause, let's talk about how we can transform this intense emotion into something healthier. Hate doesn't have to be the end of the story. It can be a powerful teacher if we're willing to look at it from the right angle. Acknowledge the pain beneath the hate. When you feel hatred towards someone, ask yourself, what's the real reason? Often, there's a deeper emotion hiding underneath: hurt, sadness, or fear. Once you identify the root cause, you can begin to address it. Instead of saying, "I hate you," try to express, "I'm hurt by what you did," or "I feel abandoned." It's a lot harder, but it opens the door for healing. Empathy and perspective. Take a step back and try to see things from the other person's point of view. Why did they act the way they did? Were they going through something? Were they hurting themselves? This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but it can help you release some of the anger and approach the situation with more understanding. Set boundaries, not grudges. When someone hurts us deeply, it's okay to create boundaries to protect ourselves. But holding on to hate only ties us to the person emotionally. Setting boundaries allows us to distance ourselves without carrying the weight of resentment. We can choose to move on without constantly thinking, "I hate you." Forgiveness, not for them, but for you. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as letting someone off the hook, but in reality, forgiveness is for you. It's about letting go of the hatred that weighs you down. When you forgive, you free yourself from the toxic grip of resentment. That doesn't mean you forget what happened. It means you're choosing not to let it control you anymore. Number 5, the power of healing and letting go. When we say, "I hate you," we're holding on to something toxic. It's like carrying a burning coal in our hand, hoping the other person gets burned. But really, it's only harming us. Learning to let go of hate is one of the most powerful acts of self-love we can do. It's not easy. It requires deep reflection, emotional honesty, and often a lot of time. But imagine the freedom you'll feel when you let go, when you release the person who hurt you from your emotional grasp, when you stop saying, "I hate you," and start saying, "I'm free." There's immense strength in healing. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need the other person to apologize or change to start that process. You have the power to choose healing today, right now. Closing thoughts. So the next time you feel the urge to say, "I hate you," I want you to pause. Reflect on what you're really feeling. Are you hurt, disappointed, afraid? And then ask yourself, how can I use this emotion to grow? How can I use this pain to heal? Hate is powerful, but so is healing. The choice is always yours. Thanks for watching, Victory Vibes fam. Remember, it's okay to feel hurt, it's okay to be angry, but don't let hate be the final word. Let healing be the path you choose. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue this conversation together. Until next time, stay strong, stay true, and stay victorious.